Go.
Let's bring in our military analyst, retired Colonel Ben Danner. Thank you for being with us.
Always a pleasure.
Now, the ISIS caliphate is almost out of Iraq and Syria. What's expected to happen in 2018?
Yeah, so the big question in the fight with ISIS has been, and we've talked about it on here before, what does that fight look like once ISIS no longer controls territory? That is, once they have no more urban strongholds. And we pretty much reached that point now. ISIS is isolated to a few desert outposts, if you will. And what they're looking to do now is build branches of ISIS in places like Africa, in places like South Asia. And in fact, the U.S. has ramped up airstrikes against ISIS in Africa, in places like Yemen, in places like Libya, in places like Somalia. What we can also expect ISIS to do then is capitalize on the sectarian violence that happens in Iraq. And there's always plenty of that to be capitalized on.
A lot was destroyed during all the fighting and the infrastructure where ISIS was holding the cities. Is that on the docket to be repaired or even replaced this year?
Yeah, that's a great question. So Iraq in particular continues to have a host of problems, from rampant poverty to the continuous sectarian violence. Now, add on top of that the tremendous damage that ISIS did to 3 of its major cities in the north. That's going to take billions of dollars, it's going to take years to repair that. So part of the point is that when you have a situation like that and on a scale like that, it promotes civil unrest, and that civil unrest is where ISIS tends to thrive. So it's a dangerous situation.
Now, ISIS is essentially being smoked out, but where can we expect to see them now?
Well, yeah, so anywhere they can get a stronghold. So we already talked about Africa, about South Asia. They also have a presence in the Philippines that they're holding on to, and even a tiny presence in Afghanistan.
All right, Colonel Danner, we appreciate your insight, sir.
Thank you, Doug and Leslie.
And we'll be right back.